you seriously need to get some help. No, I mean it. Like, you need help. I ain't saying that as an opinion. I'm saying it as a fact of life. And I'm saying it to your face, kind of, sort of. It's in a podcast, but you know what I mean. I ain't sugarcoated it. I said it to your face. Question is, what you gonna do about it?
The Creator Podcast.
My name is Dion Williams, aka Dion Does, and I truly believe that we were all created in the image of the ultimate creator, and therefore it's in us all to create. And this show aims to help you and I both level up in this four-dimensional game of life so that we can go out and create for good, whether that's for ourselves, our family, the community around us, but all of this a part of a generational vision of a family of creators coming together to be the difference. Creator fam, what is going on? How's it going? How's your mama? I said it, you need some help. What do I mean by that? I meant it like I said it. Yeah, that's right. I'm having fun with it like I'm talking crap to you. But no, I mean that it's a fact of life that sometimes we all just need some help, and that's okay. I know this is something that I struggled with for years. No, if I'm being honest, I think I was born with like abnormally high pride levels, right? And I'm there's a lot of things that we do that make us more prideful, but I think I had like a defect. I had too much pride for one human being. Like, you know how people might have like a physical defect? I think that was like a character defect I was born with, like way too much amounts of pride. And I've been working hard. I've made a lot of progress. That's something, as I just turned 30 yesterday, that I'm proud of as far as I've come. I think I still got ways to go, but this was something that really took me a while to even give a shot. And since I've been doing it, it's made all the difference in my life. And what is that? What is the magical principle of today? Oh. Ignore that. My bad. Didn't turn my speakers off. But this principle of simply just accepting help changed my life. And it's not complicated. It's not rocket science. But so many of us need to work in this area. And so our quote comes to us. I couldn't find the exact author, actually. And there's a few different people that it's attributed to. So we're just going to go without that. But the quote is, be strong enough to stand alone, smart enough to know when you need help, and brave enough to accept it. I'm sorry, brave enough to ask for it. Oh my Lord, I gotta read again because I fluffed it up. Be strong enough to stand alone, smart enough to know when you need help, and brave enough to ask for it. And we also could put, accept it if people offer it, right? Because I would even struggle with that. I dang sure wasn't about to ask someone for help, but even if they offered it, which is taking a lot of the work off of me and just offering help, I still would probably reject it just out of pride, man. And for a lot of people, could be a lot of different reasons. Maybe it's just fear, right? Fear of how you may look, which could be a form of pride, right? You're just afraid that I'm going to look weak, or like you don't have it all together. And we get a lot of attacks on our identity when we don't want to ask for help or even accept help. But this is hardwired into how we're designed. Like, you're not meant to do everything by yourself. And I think for some reason, that's what I thought. Like, I would even be upset about learning. I'd be like, man, I'm learning all this stuff. And it's like, I'm almost mad that I didn't have these thoughts, and I'm ashamed to tell people that I didn't just wake up and know this knowledge on my own. I actually read books. Like, people would compliment me, and I would be ashamed to be like, well, yeah. They're like, oh, you really know what you're talking about in this area. Well, yeah, I kind of like read like 20 books and went through 20 courses. Like, I would feel bad. I don't know. It sounds so stupid now, but like, that was my thing. Like, I had to just know. I had to just know stuff. It always was like a form of weakness. Again, I told you I had a defect. But it was just like, and then I just felt weak. Now, I didn't mind people asking me for help. I would never even judge them and be like, yo, who are you to ask for my help? Like, you should be doing it on your own. No, I love to help people. And so I never place that on anyone else. But for me, like, it would make my day. My wife would tell you, still one of the things that get me the most fired up is when we're driving somewhere and like that someone's car has like stalled in the middle of the road. I honest to God, on everything, I get more excited about that than I did my own birthday, like stuff like that than I do my own birthday. My wife would tell you, like, when I see someone in distress, I'm like, stir, like Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift. I run across traffic in slow-mo and dodge cars and people honking. I'm like, no, I got to help them. And then just the feeling that someone gets when they're like struggling to maybe push on their own, and then you show up and they see you, it's like a partnership forms. It's like the end of an action movie, and they look at you and you look at them. And sometimes there's like verbal thank yous, and other times there's just smiles and that nod like, okay, let's finish the mission. That's against some of you guys that have done that. You like, it's just a good feeling. Like, there's like a legitimate high for the rest of my day. So I love helping people, but I will say I'm not even bad at accepting it now. I've gotten good, but I still have to remind myself, right? So I'm not good at it yet. But I just had to learn to even open myself up to accepting, and again, even asking was very, very hard. So I always like to be vulnerable and let you guys know a lot of these lessons and these principles come from me fluffing up. That's how I learned them, right? I fluff something up, have to get better at it. I learned some things, and we progress. So remember, be strong. And I love what this quote like encapsulates. I'm saying that word weird, but y'all know what I'm saying. It's getting to the core of the fact that accepting or asking for help is actually strength, despite how you might feel. See, now I'm saying all my words wrong. Encapsulates, right? Because a lot of times we feel weak. We feel like a bother or a burden when we're asking and accepting help. But when you can get to that point, you're actually being strong. So our principle, be strong enough to stand alone, smart enough to know when you need help, and brave enough to ask for it or accept it. Now let's put some feet to it. I told you, you need help. Go get you some help. It's encoded to how you were designed. It's a fact of nature, of life. So many things come together to make the whole. So I know you want to be the star of this business that you're building. This is where I learned to, this was like the playground for me learning this. Hiring people. Do you know how stressed out I was getting someone else to do something that was my baby or that I had always done? Scared me to death. But I had to. And since I've done that and I've stepped back and I've accepted help and asked for help, right, and I'm hiring a team, we've gone so much further. The business has got so much better. All right? But it's not limited to there. All right? So I want you to take out your creator frame, which is this frame that we use to look through life, and we see these 4 dimensions of this game that we call life. We have our faith, which is all things that we live for that are bigger than us. We have our relationships with ourselves and others. We have our energy, which is our health and our fitness, and then we have our economics, which is the young moolah baby, our money. And we look at these 4 different dimensions, and I want you to see what's jumping out to you. Where do you desperately need some help? Are you trying to lose weight, but you just swear like, nope, I ain't gonna get a trainer, right? Maybe you don't want to spend the money. Okay. What is it costing you, though, in your life to be overweight? How does it make you feel? What other areas is it bleeding over into, right? You think it's just an energy thing, but it's fading over into your relationships. Got you feeling less comfortable or less confident around people, right? Which might be limiting your opportunities and you having the confidence to step out, which could be affecting your paper. And so a lot of these big pain points, they bleed into other dimensions, and that's why we want to catch them early. Maybe you need some help in your finances. Maybe you need to ask someone that you could trust to borrow $5. Or maybe you need help building the business, right? Maybe you need coaching, you need mentoring. There's someone around you that you can reach out to and ask for a helping hand. All right, identify as many as you can handle, right? I don't think you need to find 30 things and overwhelm yourself. But when you're asking for help, a lot of these things may not be that big a deal. They may not take that long. Maybe you need to ask someone, like, maybe you got some friends and you're like, yo, I got to do the yard. My yard's fluffed up. I got to get these weeds. Reach out to some brothers, reach out to some friends. Say, hey, can you help me out? Get it done in an evening. I'm really not too concerned with what it is. I'm just concerned with you knowing that asking and accepting help is strength, and you could ask for whatever you want. And keep this principle close to your heart. Remember it, write it down, take a picture, act on it on the regular, and understand that it's a part of life. It's not you being weak. It is you going with the motion of the ocean. I love you guys. Make sure you check out freecreatorcode.com. Are you looking for the perfect platform to build all of these concepts that you're learning on? That's where you need to be, man. That is our foundation. That is our code as a creator movement. Check that out again at freecreatorcode.com. I love you guys. Stay safe, and I'm going to holler at you mañana.